Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 118 of Gains, and this one is titled Yin plus Hawks equals... So he's actually coming, Bakugo commented as he stepped up on your other side, crossing his arms across his chest with a smirk on his lips. I'm shocked, he said honestly, looking across to him. I thought it would be way harder to pitch my idea. Miss Yin, Mr. Mite addressed you, after having spoken to Fat Gum. It appears that Hawks is on good terms with you. We would like for you to orchestrate this next part of the mission. Is there anything you need from us? What? No, I don't think so, he replied, then looked at each of your boys to see if they had anything to add, but both were just standing there looking at you. Very well, he said with a nod. Hawks should be here soon. We'll wait for your and his directions. Someone said my name? Hawks said as he strolled in through the open door. So this is where the party's at. Hi Hawks, you said in a soft voice, your heart beating out of your chest as the jovial hero strolled over with his hands in pockets and wings tucked behind him. It's true that you had met him before and had spoken to him before, but you always got starstruck when you were in his presence. He stopped in front of you and looked down with a lopsided grin on his face, taking one hand from his pocket to shake your hand. Pleasure, he said, extending his hand to yours. Likewise, he replied in an awestruck voice, slowly extending your hand back for the shake. So what's going on here? You want me to head out right now? He asked, jerking one thumb over his shoulder. I guess. I thought maybe you might be able to locate the person with your feathers. We're not really certain who we're looking for, but all the signs are pointing towards a quirk wielder, he said. Villain? Hawks asked. Could be, he replied. Oh, wait. Hang on a second, what if it's not a villain? Your eyes then searched for Mr. Mite among the bystanders. Mr. Mite, is there a chance we could get a list of missing persons from the last few days, preferably with fog quirks? I see, Hawk said softly, rubbing his chin with his hand. Good thinking. You heard him and grinned at him. He appeared to be on the same wavelength as you. So you're thinking they're connected? Someone with a grudge? Hawks commented to you. You nodded, your nod to Hawks getting interrupted by Mr. Mite calling out to you. Yes, we'll look into it now, Yin, Mr. Mite said, quickly turning to the other officials to get it seen to. You thanked him and then continued your conversation with Hawks. Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. The fog's been out there constantly, so if it's a quirk, then the person has been out there the whole time too, so they would be missing, unless they had told people that they were going to be away for a few days, you mused. Then it would be premeditated. Let's bank on the wielder not being as clever as you are, Hawks said thoughtfully. We'll check through the fog first, and if I can't find anyone, then we'll check the surrounding areas. Fog quirks are usually encompassing quirks, quirks that are used around the user. They're not usually distance. Not with this size either. I've had a quick look and it's quite a circumference out there. Wow, he really does his homework, doesn't he? As expected of the number 2 hero, you thought as you looked from him to your boys. Both appeared to be a little discombobulated by Hawks' presence and were just standing there like stunned mullets. Oh, Hawks, these are my 2 classmates too, he said quickly, deciding to make a super quick introduction before anything else happened. Pleasure, Hawks said, extending his hand to Kiri first, then Bakugo. Both boys mumbled something back before Hawks turned back to you. Okay, should we get out there then? Any ideas on where I should start? He asked you, turning to the door and waiting for you to fall in step with him. I did overhear that the fog was thickest over the other side of the mountain. Either the fog wielder will be there, or if this person's trying to conceal the missing kids or make it harder for them to get out, then that's where they will be, the kids that is. Either way, we need to find someone, you said, walking out the door with Hawks, while Fat Gum, Kiri, Bakugo and some of the other officials walked behind you both. You chatted lightly as you walked to the edge of the forest, and then Hawks stopped. Okay, I'm going to send in a fair number of feathers so I won't be able to fly. Otherwise I'd fly over and send feathers out, he commented, launching a flurry of red feathers off into the dense fog. How are you going to be able to feel each feather? You asked him, amazed that he would be able to read the feedback from each feather as they were flying around out there. Easy, he commented calmly, sending off a few more. My feathers are used to feeling for humans. Trees and such are a lot firmer, so I've got to find the squishy human things. That's really amazing, he said honestly. Not amazing as your progress with Ori. I may have peeped at your sheets, Hawks then said nonchalantly. You could feel that familiar rush of heat to your cheeks and looked down at the ground. Oh, I don't know if I'm doing that well. Ori doesn't seem to be impressed, you replied. Yeah, she's a hard trainer, but she means well. You're doing amazing. Don't doubt yourself, he said calmly. To him it was just the honest truth, as he saw it. but to you he had just handed you a gold-plated compliment, and you held it close to your chest. Well, thank you, you said bashfully. And you know what else needs praising? He then added. What's that? You asked with a confused look on your face. Me, because I just found someone that doesn't want to be found, he said, keeping his emotions to a minimum. Wait, what? You found someone? Already? Is it the fog quirk wielder? You asked. Judging by the fact that he's trying to wall himself in with the fog quirk is a fairly strong indicator that I've found the person you're looking for, Hawks said. Just then one of the officials ran up to you and Hawks, slightly out of breath from the effort. Yin, Hawks, we found a young male who went missing a few days ago. He has a fog quirk and he attends the same school as those who went hiking, he said. Yeah, that's our guy, Hawks commented. What do you think, Yin? He then asked you. Oh, I think you're very right there, Hawks, he replied with a cheeky smirk. How about you bring him in so we can talk to him? Yeah, sounds good to me. Let me just airlift him. And up we go, Hawks said, a sudden flurry of feathers returning to him at speed, with one of them flying a very unhappy teenager with it. The police that had been waiting a little way back from you and Hawks jumped in then and grabbed the kid, forcing him to the ground and placing quirk-cancelling handcuffs on him. I didn't do nothing, the kid yelled. Let me go! Save it for later, one of the policemen said as he stepped back and wrestled the kid to his feet. No sooner had the handcuffs been placed on the teen that the fog started to slowly dissipate, some of it being swept away by the wind, other parts of it just melting as the afternoon sun's rays hit it. Yeah, it's all yours now, Yin, Hawk said as he turned to go. Wait, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it, he said with a bow to him. Trust Hawks to get it done at lightning speed. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 119, coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.